Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and my friends, we might end up in rather unprecedented territory, maybe in a really bad way. We'll see here, but take a look at this headline from the Daily Huddle. SEC's Ripple and XRP lawsuit may be largest regulatory event in history of crypto, says Charles Hoskinson. So, if this doesn't go the way that we want it to, let's say that it's actually proven in the U.S. court system via this litigation that XRP is indeed a security, that's a terrible precedent for the entire asset class and would be, certainly in the short term, I think it would be devastating for XRP price action, though I'm not convinced that XRP would just go away. I'm not convinced Ripple would go away. I suspect they'd probably just stop having anything to do with the United States, period, and things would just move forward. But look, and just to be clear, I don't think that's going to happen. Once this all, I've been public about that, and my stance is, if I had to guess, what's likely is that there will be some sort of settlement between Ripple and the SEC. They'll probably pay a fine, and then XRP will not be security, and then you can move forward. That would be like an ideal situation for me. If they actually can't reach a settlement, even when if this actually goes to court, I still feel rather confident that Ripple's in the right, and that XRP will indeed be found to not be a security. And right now, there's only one country in the world that is making the claim that XRP is a security, and it's the United States. And it's just one department of the United States that says that. There are other departments that say, no, XRP is a virtual currency. So it's not just that the United States doesn't agree with other countries, it's that this one part of the United States government doesn't agree with the rest of the world and the rest of the United States government. So it's kind of silly. I think it's serious. Don't get me wrong. I get that it's serious, but I don't think it's going to go well for the SEC, and we'll see. And I understand this matters tremendously, but XRP is not going to go away either way. This is a global decentralized cryptocurrency. It's not going away. So I'll be running through that. I've also got this piece titled "Little to No XRP use existed until recent months," SEC document claims, and then you've got this. SEC Chairman Jay Clayton steps down with a bang after suing Ripple. Although on this channel, we don't call him Jay Clayton. We call him Jay Clownton. There he is. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's some nice makeup there, good sir. Into the first piece, though. IOHK CEO Charles Hoskinson says that the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission's SEC impending lawsuit against Ripple could have ramifications for the entire crypto industry. In a new YouTube video posted on his channel, Hoskinson explains his thinking, and here's a quote. "The reason why this is a big deal for the industry as a whole is that it may have a profound implication on how the SEC in the future views whether something is a security or not. It further pushes the burden of due diligence on exchanges. So I imagine this could create more conservatism with exchanges for listing new tokens, or force them to evaluate their existing portfolios more carefully. So by no means is this a small event. This is probably the biggest regulatory event in the history of our industry. It's going to have a lot of impact moving forward." Now that I do agree with entirely, and that's why Stuart Alderodi of Ripple, he's I can't remember his background. He's got like 30 years in a law background anyway. But that's why he stated that it's no longer going to be the Howey test that determines if something is a security. It's going to be the Ripple test. I don't think that's understating things. But the IOHK CEO also questions the timing of the lawsuit. And here's another quote. "It's a very unorthodox thing as well, because generally speaking, an outgoing chairman of the SEC, Jay Clownton, wouldn't leave a giant pile of fire for the incoming chairman to deal with. That usually doesn't happen. This is equivalent to a CEO making a decision to do a major merger and acquisition, or an IPO, or a big unfinished piece of business without the consent or knowledge of his successor, and then having the successor have to manage the entire affair." And that rings true to me as well, and you gotta wonder, what the hell was this guy thinking on his way out the door? Ugh. Anyway, Clayton leaves the agency at the end of the year, a move he announced last month. Hoskinson says he believes the decision on whether or not to sue Ripple should be Clayton's successors to make. And here's another quote. And by the way, just to be clear, before I even read the quote, this is a result of the opinion, and I always got people working for him too, but it comes down to the opinion of this one individual. If he didn't believe this, it all goes away. So it's one human in one department, in one government on the planet that thinks that XRP is a security. Just to be super duper crystal clear. But here's a quote. Frankly, it's the kind of thing that, as a courtesy, you would defer to the next administration to look at, because any lawsuit of this scale and magnitude would probably take greater than a year to litigate, regardless of where it ends up, because of the size of the entities involved. Yeah, and so I spoke in another video recently about a case which really, probably, not likely, it seems to set a precedent for how to handle a similar situation. It's called KIK, K-I-K. And that incident, I'm not going to go through that all because I already talked about it too recently, but that particular case took, I wish I had the tweet pulled up. I saw it, I think it took 1 year and 4 months or something like that, which doesn't mean it's going to take exactly that long. Maybe it would even be sooner. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but hopefully it wouldn't be like a 2 or 3 year affair. So we'll see. Plus, if they settle, which is what happened with the other instance, you pay a fine and then move forward. This could all go away potentially sooner than later, but it's still going to be on the radar for some time. So now into this piece from you today. Little to no XRP use existed until recent months, SEC document claims. The US SEC has officially announced its lawsuit against the blockchain giant Ripple and has published an official complaint in its case against Ripple, Chris Larsen, and Brad Garlinghouse. Ripple and its two highest profile executives are accused of illegal sales of unregistered securities. Right now, the SEC has made the necessary calculations about the overall XRP supply and the portion of it held by the company. The SEC complaint says that Ripple co-founder and former CEO Chris Larsen, together with the present CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, have together sold slightly more than 2 billion XRP to investors from their own XRP stash while they were selling XRP held by Ripple. That brought them a cumulative $600 million, $450 million for Larsen, $150 million for Garlinghouse. This took place over 8 years, starting in 2012 when Ripple was founded. And another thing that they cited, I don't know, I can't recall if it's in this piece, but I was reading through the actual complaint, and the SEC had something just blatantly factually incorrect. And I wish I didn't think about covering it for this video, but I can still tell you what it was. Because even reading through it, just me having been in the space for 3 years, I was like, oh, that's blatantly false. And it was how long XRP had functionally been used. They had the timing all wrong, and they weren't factoring in that XRP had utility in 2017 when XRapid, which is now known as on-demand liquidity, was being used in basically like a beta form. I think they actually called it beta. So it was not the full final production, but it was basically in pilot mode where they were testing it out. They had actual clients using it, but in real payment flows. Like it was actually functionally being used. They just hadn't announced, yes, it's the final version. We're launching it we're opening it up to every customer that wants it. That it wasn't that yet, but it was functionally happened. Like there was utility there for XRP, and the SEC blatantly got that wrong in their complaint. And I noticed that, and I was like, you little rat bastards. So, interesting stuff here. Here you go. So they talk about here. Apart from that, the document claims that Ripple and its highest profile executives sold XRP to anyone without restrictions, realizing that those XRP tokens may then be resold to anyone. Besides, the regulator concluded that that little to no XRP use had existed until recent months when Ripple subsidized some operations with this tokens. And so they don't have the specific part cited in this article that I was thinking of, but it's definitely in there. Okay, now into this. SEC Chairman Jay Clayton steps down with a bang after suing Ripple. Yay! Good time. SEC Chairman Jay Clayton has informed U.S. President Donald Trump about stepping down as the head of the U.S. Securities Watchdog earlier today. His final act was hit a blockchain company Ripple with a bombshell lawsuit right before ending his long-lasting tenure. While it's not clear who will be the next SEC chair, Clayton states that the agency will continue to pursue its mission. And here's a quote. I know the women and men of the SEC will continue to pursue their mission. protecting investors, maintaining fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitating capital formation with passion, professionalism, and mutual respect. It has been the honor and privilege of my professional life to serve the public alongside them. Oh, Jay Clownton, you silly, silly man. Audible sigh. And I know all sighs are audible, but that's the joke, right? That's what makes it funny. All right, I'll go ahead and wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.